Coach, I was thinking about it during a break. This is, we've had you on for years. Love you. This got to be, like yesterday had to be your worst day as the coach of the Wizards, right? Is that when you found out about John's injury?
No, actually, I found out about it the day of our last game, that afternoon.
Okay.
Who we play? Atlanta.
Right.
Well, that was a bad day.
It was a bad day all the way around.
Right. So
who told you?
Yeah.
Who called you?
I talked to Ernie in the afternoon.
Okay.
And he told me the news, and it was definitely a punch in the gut. It was, it's a surprise. I mean, he was on his way and had the surgery and was on his way to the recovery, whatever. I think they said 6 to 8 months or 9 months.
Right.
Just a freak deal. Fell, slipped.
Did he tell you how it happened? Did he tell you?
You know what? I never asked because I've been hurt many times, and that's the last thing you want to do is continue to go into detail.
Mm-hmm.
I know it happened. It happened, and unfortunately it happened. I feel bad for John. That guy loves the game. He competes, plays through everything, and this one he can't play through, and it hurts him. When I did exchange a bunch of text messages, and I felt bad, and he actually apologized. He said, "I'm sorry, Coach," and that hurt me.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
because he knows he wants to be out there. He knows it's hard on all of us that, you're talking about one of the best players in the league and can't play. And like I said earlier, he's never been in this position many times where he can't play through everything. And this one, he's not be able to play through for up to maybe a year.
And he's not going to be the same, Scott. It's not like an ACL, which is like a tooth cleaning these days. These guys just come back 100%. They hit the ground running. Achilles injuries are basically catastrophic. You can come back. Some guys do. DeMarcus Cousins doing it right now, but you're not as explosive. He's a guy that relies on speed and explosion. He's going to have to redefine himself. The John Wall that we have known to grow and love is no longer going to be that guy anymore. It's just not possible.
No, I mean, that's one opinion, but there's also the other side. The other opinion is that he's still young. Most of these injuries happen in the mid-30s, and then I agree with you on that. Very rarely you can come back. I think there's, Dominic Wilkins came back and was an all-star, but when you're young, yeah, it's definitely different. But the only thing that I'm going to continue to encourage John and his group of people around him and our staff is just continue to just focus on the day-to-day recovery. Continue to be positive and do your job every day, and let the outcome remain what it is. One thing about John, he's going to give effort. He's going to be diligent. Unfortunately for John, he's had a couple of these knee surgeries, so he knows how to rehab. He knows how to come back from injuries, and he's going to have to just do it every day. It's going to be a long process, and he's going to need a lot of support from myself, our staff, our organization, the fans, everything. But he's tough. The guy is as tough, and he's built for this. He's built to be able to handle this. He's going to have some tough days, and he's just going to have to just keep piling up those good days.
Joined by Wizards coach Scott Brooks, presented by Greenberg and Betterman, specialist in personal injury law. How did you break the news? The reaction.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to break the news anymore.
They already knew.
These guys know. I mean, everybody knows everything so quickly, and I'm sure they've already had conversations with John. That's what teammates do. They support one another during tough times, and everybody knows it's tough on him. It's tough. He's been around. He's been around the last couple of weeks, and it was good to see him around. And now it's going to be different for another couple of weeks until he can start moving around a little bit. But it's definitely tough on us. But it's something that we're going to have to fight through, and going to have to continue to work together and try to find some ways to generate some good play and get some wins along the way.
Coach, you're not dumb. You know the situation, right? You know John's going to be gone for,
at least a year
and a half, if you include this year.
By the way, thanks for the compliment.
You're not. You're not. I mean, you know what's going on.
Can you call my wife? Can you call my wife,
Yes,
please?
she knows. She
We'll
knows.
spread the word for you, Coach.
Anytime. We can have her on the show if you want.
Yeah.
But, Coach, I mean, come on. You can see the writing on the wall. Without John, you got Bradley. You got Otto, who's making a ton of money, but, might be overpaid. There's talk around town from the fans that they want to see kind of the button be reset here. But you guys are stuck with the salaries. But how do you feel when you hear this in the media, or do you hear it from the fans that they just aren't happy with? They don't know what options. 3 high-paid players that you might not be able to move.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. Without John, it does definitely hurt. It's definitely a blow. I feel for John. I mean, it hurts us, but for John, everything goes back to John. We want John to get better. We want John to worry about his health, and so we can improve as we go along. But as our team, what are you going to do? You got to go out there and compete. You got to go out there and give yourself a chance to get better and to improve. But if something comes up, we have to consider things to help our team. We definitely will. Ernie is definitely looking at things and trying to improve our team as we go along. But without John for, maybe majority of the next season is not the ideal situation, but it also opens up opportunities for other guys. And Brad has really developed into a really big-time player and a great leader, and he's going to get more of that responsibility as we go forward.
I just sense a little more openness to looking at things, looking at other possibilities. Have you had a conversation with Ernie or Ted or anybody there in the front office since John's injury where you guys have acknowledged we need to open this up here a little bit and look at every opportunity, maybe in ways that we hadn't in the past?
Not yet. I mean, we just knew about this a couple of days ago, so it's definitely fresh. It's something that definitely will be addressed and going forward. But right now, we can't worry about that right now. But it's definitely something that we'll sit down and talk about as we move forward. But
when's the deadline?
The concern right now is not that.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
I thought you meant like long.
Oh, like maybe start doing something now.
Yeah, is there a possibility that Trevor might get moved, Jeff, Otto, anything like that? Has that been talked about?
Well, I'll just put it this way. Nothing's really been, not talked about. We always talk, and if there's something that's going to help our team, going forward, we have to look at that. It only makes sense. But right now, we're just going to worry about. I'm just worried about tonight. We got to focus on trying to put ourselves together and get ourselves to compete against one of the best teams in basketball.